Walking stance in a forearm block. I'm going to start this one from the low section block here because we're going to work in a walking stance. This is going to be my ready position for line work. This is slightly different to the blocks we've covered so far because we're using the other side of the arm. So when we use the outer forearm, we talk about you coming from the inside. When we use the inner forearm block, we come from underneath. So from here, I'm just going to raise my front arm up. I'm then going to take the other hand and I'm going to put it underneath as I step forwards. At the moment, both of the fists are facing downwards. As I step forwards from here, the one that's underneath is going to do the block, the one that's on top is going to come to my reaction, just here. By having the hands facing downwards, it means that both of the hands twist as they get to their final position. Now my final position in terms of my arm positioning, my reaction arm's on my hip, my fist is in line with my shoulder, and I've got just over a 90-degree bend in my arm here. So I'll show you that a little bit faster. When we practice this, it's quite useful to imagine what we're blocking. So a middle section punch is the most obvious thing. When we do that, we start to think about maybe pulling our chamber over slightly so that we have more momentum moving into our final target. So quite a common mistake I see when I teach this one a lot is people will raise the arm up directly in front of them. They'll put the arm underneath, and it should be underneath, but because it's in front here, you end up with a block that sort of twists out and down this way. So the end position's correct, but when you look at application, there's not actually been any movement in this direction. So that means if there was a punch coming this way, it's not actually going to move and pull it out of the way. Now, a lot of people don't understand that until they start to do like set sparring because they have to do it with a punch in front of them. But if you can imagine it before that point, think about the punch coming this way. We need to get our chamber to the side of that to pull across. So not here, but over here. This then means I've got a big pull coming this way in order to get power into that block.